Hey everybody, welcome back to my BakeLikeAPro YouTube channel. In today's really fun video, we're going to be using some dark chocolate, some pecans, which I have chopped here into little pecan pieces, and also we're going to use some of my homemade caramel. For today's video, we're going to be using a very inexpensive mold. This will run you anywhere from $5 to about $8. If you can't find this locally, you can always find this online. Lots of places sell this type of mold. So the first step, I'm just going to grab some chocolate, and you can do this the other way. You can take a lot of chocolate and fill all of your molds and then tap it. So fill them right up to the top, tap them, and then you're going to inverse this and let everything drip out. But I find at home this is just a lot easier to do with a paintbrush. So I'm just going to get in here. And I'm just going to go up the sides. So I'm just building a little bit of a shell. So this chocolate that I'm using is dark chocolate and it is tempered. So it's going to set up without me putting it into the fridge. Well, hopefully I'm on camera here. So I want to get right up to the sides. I'm just going around. Okay, so I'm going to keep going. I'll do a bunch of this. I'll do a bunch of these for this video, and then I'll come back. So I thought for this little tutorial I'll do 7. Okay, so what's nice about this is that you can actually do all of these little cups and you can let them set. And if you don't have time that day or you want to split this recipe up, you can just let all of these set and then do the rest the next day. While these are setting, I just wanted to mention, in case you're wondering, this machine here is made by a company called ChocoVision, and I'm using the model. It's the Rev 2B model. Love this machine. I'm just going to turn it on and I just want to give a little bit of movement to the chocolate. So we'll let those set up and I'll be back in a bit. So this is about 10 minutes later. They've all set up. So I'm just going to hold them up to my lights. I can see that there are a few little areas that need a little bit more chocolate, but I always like to do this a second time. So I get in there and I just start going over each cup a second time. I just want to have the chocolate a little bit thicker so that it doesn't break when we're trying to release them from the mold. So just one more time, a nice quick whip through. You just get a little bit of chocolate in there. And the reason why you want to let the chocolate set the first time is so that when you apply the second coat, it really is a true second coat. You can't really do that if the chocolate is still wet. That's good. So I'll whip through these. I'll come back in a minute or so. So there we have our second and final coat. So I'm just going to let those go for another 10 minutes and then we're going to finish off our video. So these are all set up now. So now I can just take some of my little crushed pecans. So I just used a knife to really slice those really small. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So what I have here is homemade caramel. I have a bunch of videos on my YouTube channel if you want to see how to make caramel at home. I even have a video on how to make butterscotch as well. The difference between caramel and butterscotch is that butterscotch uses brown sugar and caramel uses white sugar. I'm just getting my caramel ready to go here. And then I'm just going to fill it up. And I'm just going to add a little bit of that to each one. And my caramel is at room temperature. That way it won't shock our tempered chocolate when I apply it to the top. and I have it in a squeeze bottle because it's just super easy to do it like this. It's not very easy if you're using a spoon. Not easy, and it's very messy. That looks good. For my last step, I'm going to take some of my tempered dark chocolate and I'm going to get it into this container using my little funnel. So I've just put a little bit in here and we're ready to go. And then we'll just start filling the tops. And you can see by using the little squeeze bottle how accurate you can be. So I want to make sure I'm getting right around the sides. I just want to go around quickly first. Just let it settle. So all of the chocolate is at the same temperature, so there's no shock, and what will happen now is the top chocolate will nicely attach itself to the existing chocolate, that shell that we created in our first step. You can see this is a really easy way to go. You can also make a little paper cornet. That's good. Now I just want to tap it. And now we're just going to let them sit like that. I'm going to let them go for a couple of hours and then I'll come back and we'll unmold them. So this is about 4 hours later. I really wanted the chocolate to set up. I did not put these in the fridge, but since my chocolate is tempered, these should pop out pretty easily. You can see 3 of them there. There we go. Perfect. Let's pull them all into view. I'm going to get them onto a little tray here, a little cutting board, and let's zoom in on them. Now that I've zoomed in, hopefully you can see the detail a little bit better on our chocolates. And I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but you can see a really nice shine on the chocolate itself, even though we used a very inexpensive mold. Since my camera seems to be zoomed in on the middle, I'll flip that one over so you can see the nice job that we did. And we'll just want to cut into that, so we'll move these ones out of the way, get my knife, and we'll just cut right in the middle here. Look at that. Whoa, that looks amazing. Let's just open it up a little bit so you can see. Really nice job. So let's go over what we have. So we started off with our tempered dark chocolate for our shell, and then we put in the crushed pecans, and then our homemade caramel on the top, and then we finished it off with more dark chocolate to close the whole thing up. So if you're wondering how to make this caramel at home, I do have a few recipes on my YouTube channel that you can check out and try at home. Of course, I'm going to have to take this and try it out. That was really, really good. I cannot tell you how much I love these. They are so easy to make, so inexpensive at home, and if you love chocolate, caramel, and pecans, you are going to love making these. So that's it for this really fast tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you wish, and if you're on Facebook, you can check me out at facebook.com/BakeLikeAPro. If you're not on YouTube, you can also check out my website, allrecipes123.com, and all of these recipes appear there as well. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. That's it, and I'll see you next time. Yum.